Now, Christmas is on the way, and where would we be without Dickens' Christmas Carol? And what would it be if it wasn't Chris Commander doing his thing and bringing it to life? He's here with me now to tell you about the two different destinations you can go to if you fancy a bit of Christmas Carol with him. How you doing, sir?
I'm very well. Always a pleasure.
Always good to talk to you. And
It's good.
I think Christmas Carol is something you sort of taken to heart and have almost made your own, haven't you? Really?
I can't claim it's mine. It certainly is Dickens.
It's out of
Uh,
copyright. You can have a go.
it's true. That is true. I mean, he has given me carte blanche to be able to do this, which is amazing. But yeah. I mean, I've been part of Christmas Carol has been part of my life every Christmas since 2009. I've been part of a performance in some capacity of Dickens's tale for that long now. So yeah.
And what is it you love about it?
I mean, what's to say that hasn't already been said about Christmas Carol? But personally, it has all the themes that make Christmas what it is. I mean, we view Christmas differently. We view Christmas through the eyes of Dickens,
Mhm.
even to this day. So he shaped how we see the festive season, and ultimately, through that story, taught us to keep that season of giving and festive cheer not just at Christmas but all throughout the year. And so it has universal themes that connect with me on a personal level. There are bits in the book that are heart-wrenching and beautiful, and I don't know. I think it's hard to quantify because it's so all encompassing that you can see yourself in Scrooge, you can see yourself in Fred, you can see yourself in every single one of those characters,
Mhm.
um, and that makes it why I love it so much because we see ourselves in it.
And we can see today in there as well. I mean, it may be set in Victorian
Sure.
times, but we are still see not only a UK but a global society where there are those who have less but still make the most of what they have. And the fact that it takes sometimes those with more to be able to spread a bit of joy and realize actually this can be a great place to be.
What a wonderful lesson to be taught every year and to the future.
Absolutely. So tell us about your performances and how they work.
So, my adaptation is a one-man performance of Dickens' classic tale. Uh, it is an adaptation that I have taken on over the past few years that condenses the book into an hour-long performance. There's no interval. Um, One of my guiding principles in this was never to use anything that Dickens didn't use in the book. So none of the language is anything that you won't find that isn't in the book. It is all directly from the original text and inspiration from his reading text, because about 10 years after the production, after the publication of the first book, um, he went on to do another version of Christmas Carol that he took on tour, and that script is available to read online, so you can find how his readings, what he thought was important for the time that he was reading it, and he rewrote a few things specifically for his readings. So there are some surprises in my production which are directly from his readings, which he would do throughout the country.
So true to Dickens' work in a way which will startle some people. And I think you've got a look which helps you tell that tale too. When you're all dressed up in your Victorian garb, you really fit the part.
Thank you. I have often been called a Victorian urchin, so it all fits the bill.
So where are you performing it this year? Because I know it moves around. You share this with many people each season.
It does. So the public performances that you at home can come see, there are two venues with four dates that you can come see. The dates are the 17th, the 20th, the 21st, and the 23rd of December. The 17th and the 23rd are in Sutton Coldfield at the Sutton Arts Theatre. And the other two, the 20th and 21st, are in Coventry at St Mary's Guildhall, where I am in front of the beautiful old tapestry upstairs in the hall, which is gorgeous. Um, and all the shows start at 7:30, uh, so you don't have to worry about going to different times for different places. And if you want to view those tickets, you can go to my link tree where I have all of the tickets, all of the dates in order, rather than have to search for different places and figure out when you're going, what's happening, all of that jazz. So my link tree / Christopher Commander, you will find all of the dates and where to buy tickets.
And with this on the way, obviously you're going to be making Christmas special for many people and bringing it to life. And this is as close to you going to get as to Dickens doing a reading, isn't it? It's this is, but just a bit more theatrical too.
I would hope so. Yes, there are some surprises that it's not just me on stage like reading the book. I have tried to put in as much theatre as I possibly can. So there'll be some lighting and all sorts of stuff, and possibly some extra surprises, which I'm still working out the kinks, and some stuff that I really want to put in. So hopefully, also going forward in the future, I always slightly rewrite the play. So it will always be different. If you come see me next year, if you came and saw me last year, this will be a slightly different production as well, because I like to rewrite it based on what's happening in the world. So if there are certain themes that I think are more important this year, they will be more evident in this adaptation. I know I've sort of made it slightly harder on myself to rewrite it every year, but I think it's important because those themes are universal. And since I only have you for an hour, the story that I want to tell about where we are in the world right now, I think it's important to hit those themes.
But based around, say, that Dickens original and the two versions of it we have, so you'll be just pulling bits and pieces. And I mean, do we know how long it took Dickens when he was doing his readings to tell the whole tale?
We do actually, and interestingly enough, the St Mary's Guildhall productions that I'm doing are very close to where Dickens came originally to do a reading in Coventry. He came to a place called the Cornhill Exchange, and you can go see one of his original posters. He did it in 1857, and they loved him so much that they invited him back the next year for a gala event for him, and they gave him a gold repeater pocket watch, which was engraved from them. And he kept it till his dying day, and he passed it, I think, to one of his publishers. So he must have loved his time. But on the poster, which ironically I have a photocopy of. There it is.
There he goes, in glorious red and black. Coventry introduced Mr. Charles Dickens.
But as you can see, I don't know if you can see, the reading will commence at 8 o'clock and last 2 hours. So that was 2 hours of Dickens reading his tale, or his reading script version of the tale. And it's fascinating. If you want to look more into the history of what Christmas Carol meant at the time, especially in the later half of the 1800s, read his reading script, because it's surprisingly different. There's a lot more comedy in it. And it's interesting to see what he's kept and what he hasn't kept. And therefore, if you come see my show, you'll see what I've kept. And I don't want to stray too far away from the fact that it is a ghost story of Christmas. So you will be haunted by three spirits. That is no surprise. But yeah, I love it so much, and I want to share it with everyone because it's perfect. It is perfect.
As you said, Christmas traditions are basically stemming from the Victorian ones, apart from the number of text messages and memes that get sent around the festivities. They didn't quite do that, but they had similar things. This is going to be a true Victorian ghost story in Dickens' words, in your style.
Yes. And if you want to go the long way around of getting tickets, you can go on the Sutton Arts Theatre website and book tickets through them, which you will inevitably be sent to through my link. But if you wanted all of the links, you can also go onto the St Mary's Guildhall website to find the tickets. through their Christmas event calendar. But truly the easiest way to find those tickets is to go to Linktree. Actually, it's spelled linktr.ee/Christopher Commander, and you will find the ticket links themselves rather than have to dive through all of the website. They go directly to the tickets, and you can book your tickets through there.
And you will have an amazing time. I can guarantee that this man's work is absolutely always amazing. Christopher Commander, a pleasure to speak to you as ever. Have a brilliant Christmas and enjoy sharing a bit of ghostly Christmas Victorian Dickensian style magic with the world.
And you, Merry Christmas.